All right, so are you ready to dive into something kind of different today?
Oh yeah, always up for a challenge.
Well, today's deep dive is all about coaching, but not the traditional kind.
Right, not your typical executive coach or life coach scenario.
We're talking about an app called Ingomu that's trying to make coaching accessible to, well, basically everyone. And our main source for this deep dive is an interview with the CEO, Al Wynant.
That's right. And what struck me was how Ingomu is trying to address this big issue with traditional coaching. I mean, it's expensive. It's not always easy to find the right coach.
Yeah, totally. And for a lot of people, it just feels out of reach, like a luxury they can't afford.
Exactly, and that's what makes Ingomu's approach so interesting. They're trying to democratize personal growth by making coaching more affordable and accessible.
I love that idea, democratizing personal growth. But I gotta ask, what was the inspiration behind this app?
But that's where Al's backstory comes in. He actually started his career in healthcare as a nursing student.
Hold on, a nursing student creating a coaching app. How'd that happen?
I know, right? It's not the usual path. But when you hear Al describe this experience, it starts to make sense. He talks about caring for a patient with Parkinson's. And it's not just the medical details he goes into, it's the way he describes the man's eyes, the feeling of the ward, even the emptiness he felt after the patient passed away.
Wow, that's powerful. It sounds like that experience had a profound impact on him.
Definitely, you can hear the empathy in his voice. And it's clear that this experience, even though it was difficult, really shaped his desire to help others in a different way.
So even though it led him away from clinical nursing, it planted the seed for Ingomu and this mission to empower people.
Exactly. And then there's Al's own aha moment with coaching. He admits he was going through a rough patch and was skeptical of coaching at first.
I think a lot of people feel that way. They think coaching is only for CEOs or athletes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what changed everything for Al was a single question from his coach. What is your role in this?
Ooh, that's a good one. It makes you think.
Right, and Al talks about how that one question shifted his whole perspective. Instead of blaming others, he started taking ownership and finding his own solutions.
And that seems to be at the heart of what Ingomu is trying to do, helping people tap into their own potential through these powerful questions and guided self-discovery.
Exactly, but they're not stopping. Their goal is to scale that personalized coaching experience and make it accessible to everyone.
So how do they do that? I mean, how are they tackling the cost and accessibility issues that we talked about?
Well, one big difference is you're not limited to just weekly appointments with Ingomu. You get on-demand support whenever you need it. They have this system that asks you about your challenges and then recommends coaches and resources based on your specific needs.
That's so smart. It's like having a personalized coaching concierge in your pocket.
Right, and it takes the guesswork out of finding the right support. But with all the coaching apps out there, what makes Ingomu stand out? It's their approach to the coaching model itself.
Yeah.
They move beyond just one-on-one sessions and
So it's not just like you get matched with one coach and that's it.
nope, they've actually built these coaching communities. Each one focuses on a specific area of life.
Interesting. So is it kind of like a coaching buffet? You pick and choose what you need at that moment?
That's a great way to put it. They have communities for like setting boundaries, working with teams,
Huh?
even things like grief and family dynamics.
Wow, that's pretty comprehensive. I mean, it covers a lot of ground. I guess that makes sense, though. You're more likely to find the right support if the coaches specialize in those specific challenges.
Exactly. And here's the cool part. You get access to all of the communities. It's not like you're limited to just one.
Oh, so you could be working on like building better boundaries one week and then jump into a community focused on career goals the next week.
Yep, exactly. It's all about having that flexibility. Our needs are always changing, so you're not locked into one specific path.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. But how does the community aspect actually work? Are you just thrown into this massive group chat with everyone?
Not exactly. They found a good balance between structure and choice. Remember how we talked about the app asking you about your challenges?
Right, that personalized part.
Well, that data helps guide you to the coaches and communities that are the best fit for what you're going through.
Oh, so it's like that personalized coaching concierge again. I get it. But what happens then?
So each community offers a mix of live group sessions, on-demand recordings from different coaches, and even one-on-one messaging.
So you can choose how you want to engage with it.
Exactly. You could pick the level of interaction that you're comfortable with, and it's all anonymous, right?
Oh, yeah. I remember that being a big part of their philosophy.
Right, that anonymity takes away a lot of the pressure and self-consciousness that people might feel with traditional coaching.
Makes sense. You can be more vulnerable and open without worrying about judgment. So this could be a great option for people who might be a little hesitant to try coaching in a more traditional setting.
Totally.
Yeah.
But okay, let's talk results. How do we know this actually works?
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding, as they say.
Well, Al actually shared some pretty compelling data in the interview. He mentioned that users reported a 60% increase in well-being after just one group session.
Wow, 60%. It's huge. But I guess you always have to be careful with self-reported data, right?
Of course, people's perception of their own well-being can be subjective, but it's still a significant increase. It definitely suggests that something positive is happening in those sessions.
Yeah, I mean, a 60% jump is hard to ignore. And
Good.
did Al share any, like, real-life examples to back up those numbers?
He did. He talked about one user who was celebrating a major goal she had achieved with the help of her Ingomu coach.
So it's not just about learning concepts, it's about people actually making progress and achieving things they might not have thought possible.
And then there was this quote from a user who was struggling with work stress spilling over into their personal life.
Oh, that's so relatable.
And this person specifically talked about how the Ingomu community helped them establish better boundaries and ultimately improve their relationships.
Okay, now I'm really starting to see the potential here, especially for people who are, juggling a lot and feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they're providing this accessible and affordable support system.
And speaking of affordability, I was blown away when Al compared the cost of Ingomu to a weekly lunch out.
Wait, are you serious? You're telling me I could have access to all these specialized coaches? 24/7 support A&D, a supportive community for the price of like a couple of lattes a week.
Yep, that's what he said. And remember, you get unlimited access to all the coaches' live sessions, recordings, the whole shebang. It's an incredible value proposition.
Seriously, this is making me rethink my whole view on coaching. It could actually be a sustainable part of anyone's life, not just some luxury for the elite.
Right. And that goes back to Ingomu's mission to democratize personal growth. They're giving individuals the tools and support they need to take control of their lives and reach their full potential. I love that. Okay, before we go too far down the Ingomu rabbit hole, there's one important distinction that Al made that we need to address. He was very clear that Ingomu is not therapy. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Sure. While coaching and therapy can overlap, they have different goals. Coaching is future-oriented. It's about setting goals, taking action.
So you're actually applying what you learned to your life, making real changes.
Exactly. And it's very much client-led. The coach is there to guide you, ask those powerful questions, and help you discover your own solutions.
Which is different from therapy, where the therapist might be more directive, providing diagnoses and treatment plans.
Right. Therapy is often focused on addressing psychological issues, processing past trauma, developing coping mechanisms.
So Ingomu isn't meant to replace therapy, but it can definitely complement mental health efforts.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that different tools serve different purposes. And it's important to note that Ingomu's coaches aren't licensed therapists. They're certified coaches with expertise in their specific areas.
That's a key distinction. So basically, Ingomu is for someone who's ready to level up their life, achieve their goals, and develop a stronger sense of self, all with the support of a community.
And do it in a way that's accessible and affordable. It's about taking those proactive steps towards growth and transformation.
Well said. This deep dive has been so insightful. Honestly, I'm feeling pretty inspired right now. What about you? What's resonating with you the most?
For me, it's how Ingomu is shaking up the traditional coaching model.
Yeah.
They're making it more accessible, more affordable, and more engaging. They've taken something that used to be exclusive and made it something that could benefit everyone.
Yeah, I agree. And that community aspect is so powerful.
Right.
It's not just about individual growth, it's about connecting with others who are on a similar journey.
Totally. That sense of shared experience and support can make a world of difference.
Yeah, it really highlights that need for connection, especially in today's world. But okay, let's bring this back to our listeners for a minute. Given everything we've learned about Ingomu, their personalized approach, the different coaching communities, the flexibility and those impressive results, what kind of coaching support do you think would be most valuable in your life right now?
That's a great question. And it really gets to the heart of what Ingomu's doing. Recognizing that everyone's needs are different and those needs can change over time.
Exactly.
So whether you're struggling with boundaries or wanting to improve your relationships or, even just trying to figure out what you want to do with your life, there's probably a coach in a community in Ingomu that can help.
Right. It's not like a one-size-fits-all approach to personal growth.
Yeah.
It's about finding what works for you and taking those steps towards positive change.
And remember how they talked about that 60% increase in well-being after just one session?
Oh, yeah. That was pretty mind-blowing. It really makes you wonder what's possible with consistent coaching, over time.
It's exactly. Yeah, imagine the impact that regular guidance and support from a coach could have on your life. It's not just about quick fixes. It's about building those sustainable habits and developing a deeper understanding of yourself.
You know what? I'm actually starting to feel a little bit of FOMO hearing all about this.
Well, you don't have to just sit there with FOMO.
Yeah.
Al mentioned that Ingomu offers a 7-day free trial.
Oh, perfect. So you can actually try it out risk-free, see if it's a good fit for you.
Exactly. You can download the app, explore all the coaching communities, even try a live session or two.
Awesome. Well, there you have it, folks. If you're ready to dive into the world of personalized and affordable coaching, head over to ingomu.com/HLHL and start your free trial today.
And until next time, keep
Yeah.
learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep